Welcome back to Survival, everybody, episode 36. So what we need to do today is we got to get both of our fields we just seeded, get them weeded. We could also go ahead and plant on our new field that we just put up. I decided to schedule soybeans for that because the pole planter thing, we might upgrade our harvester, so there's no point of buying a corn header quite yet until we're satisfied with our new harvester. We're gonna want something wider. I think it's just, it only makes sense, these fields are getting pretty big and the small working width is just gonna start to get to us after a while. Got quite a bit of weeds here to do, so I wanted to get going on this. I think what we'll do also, I really would like to get those new sheds put up before we buy too many, new items and such. But there's just so much work to be done before we get to that. I'd like to get all this stuff out of the way. Also have to get some grass picked, and we got to figure out where we're going to store that for our sheep so we can get them going. Probably buy a new water tank today to supply them. Get rid of that old tote we got there. Get a bigger tank, it'll make it a lot easier. And then, yeah, we'll probably, I'm trying to think what we're going to do about the grass, because I don't think you can take grass out of that silo. I think it will just, well, it always wants to ferment once you put it in there. So I'm kind of debating what to do. We might just dump it on the ground in that spot where we put all the gravel there in that corner. It's almost like perfect for it. Otherwise, we could probably put a bunker or something, but if we're gonna tarp it anyway, it kind of makes like no sense to do that. Why not just dump it on the ground? And then we can use the skid steer to just grab shovelfuls and feed the sheep as we go that way. And we don't have to worry about buying a baler for, dealing with that and having to pick up the bales. It's just a lot of extra work that will cut out if we do it that way. And also it makes the skid steer more useful too. I guess we'd probably still use it for the bales, I suppose, but it'll be nice to I don't know, try something different that many people don't really think about. This field ain't so bad, but the other field, there's a lot of extra weeds. We almost have to upgrade to a hoe maybe. That's something we gotta think about. There's only a couple hoes I think in the store, but we'll just keep that for now. And then what we'll do here is we'll get that grass cut. And then we'll try a little bit in the silo, see if that'll work. I'm pretty sure you can't take grass back out after you put it in, but if in the odd reason you might be able to, let's at least explore that avenue. And then if not, I think we're just going to dump it on the ground in that area over there. It might be kind of cool to have it on the ground regardless, just because of the, there's space for it, and that's kind of what I wanted it for.
Never break, always fight, never quit, do it right, play the game, win it life, have no shame, there's no time, feel the pain, live the grind, I could change, in my mind, pick a lane, commit and climb, the only way to win it life. I never miss, that's fact, taking big swings, jam to the bat, put me in the ring, you'll go out in a bag. Cause I sing what I mean and I bring it to the mad light. Ain't got time to kill, I got time to feel. I took the red pill, I know life's short so I wanna live real. But how's it supposed to feel? How's it supposed to feel? How's it supposed to feel?
Alright, while we're up here, I think what we're going to do is get this tractor fixed. We did buy this one new for those watching this episode. We already got almost 8 hours on it. That's crazy. Time flies. Yeah, let's fix it up. $4,000 to fix that. Kind of struggles going up the hill a little bit, so it's like, yeah, we got to get that fixed. Okay, so what we're going to try here, let's get the forge wagon. We'll pick up a load. I want to dump just a tad into the silo. And then we'll see if we can pull that out into the wagon. I'm pretty sure we can't. The silo was a mod, so there's always a possibility. And then, if not, like I said, we'll probably dump it on the ground. I think it just beats having to buy a baler and then, well, baling it up, picking up the bales, moving them over, because to pick up all those bales, we either have to get like an auto stack or, like you said, I would just want to use the skid steer, otherwise we might have to even buy a front loader attachment for one of our tractors and make it work like that. But it would get quite repetitive, although if the sheep don't eat a lot, because we do have a small pen, it wouldn't get too terrible, I guess. I think after we get this finished on this field here, I think what we're going to do is, I'm so eager to get those new sheds put in so we can get this equipment stored properly. So I think we'll do that, and then we'll end on getting our new field seeded, I think. That'll be a good bet. Let's see, let's just do a little bit here. Just a little bit. Good. And we'll unhook, and then see what happens over here. Pretty sure, like I said, we can't take out of here, though. Nope. Let's make sure we're in the right spot. Oh, it was just what silage was in there. There's still a little bit left. Yeah, so there's no go on that. That's fine. Like I said, we got that spot over there made up. I kind of want to utilize it. Probably not the most realistic dumping grass on the ground because of rain and all that. Let's take a look real quick before we decide to do that. Maybe there's a shed or a bunker or something that we can throw down, but like I said, I kind of like the look of the openness of this, the way it's all set up, and then like you got this whole area here. It just seems perfect to like dump on the ground. But let's just take a quick peek before we make that decision. So there's obviously sheds like this, but that could be, you know, kind of an issue too, I suppose. That's 44 grand for something like that. Yeah, those are big. Then that would be, like I said, it'd be open anyway, so there's really no point. That's pretty big. Yeah, let's just dump it on the ground. See how it goes. We should probably fill up our pen right away. And then, like I said, we'll buy a water container. And then it'll make it easier to fill our pen up with water and also our greenhouses. They're probably not going to need a whole lot here either. I bet it'll last quite a while. Yeah, maybe I'll just do... That's a lot. Although it's not compact. Look at that, that's still a whole load there. I think I'll just do... one more, maybe two. Which is probably still too much. And then we'll put the rest in the silo. There's 53 in here. Let's go ahead and start that up. We have plenty of grass for the sheep. Which actually, let's go ahead and run down there and we can actually buy a few. I don't know how much that's going to cost us. I know chickens are fairly cheap, but how are the sheep? Let's see what we got. So, $200, and then we could do 15 of those. Yeah, not bad at all. 3 grand. Let's do that. Done. So they'll produce here. We got to get them some water. So let's go and then we'll sell that water tank. That should last us quite a while, I think. We'll sell that water tank and then get ourselves a bigger one. Probably take the pickup truck, which is actually at our house. I guess we can tab to our items here. And then I'm really eager to get this situated up here before we end this episode, I think. Here we are in the garage. Our lovely new property here. I'm always blown away when I load a save in and then we start in this house. Now it's like, wow, this actually looks really good. Grass is still coming up. It's almost fully grown in. We might extend that gravel down here to the house. Or should we blacktop it? Since it's kind of our driveway. Yeah, I don't know if we're gonna move this spigot for our water or not. That was something I always talked about that we could do before. It's cheap enough, we could always move it. Alright, so let's get this sold. Grab a new tank. I'm hoping that I'll be able to hook the new water tank onto the truck. Sometimes they have different hitches. And then it can be kind of tricky. We'd have to grab a tractor, I suppose. But let's just hope for the best. Looks like we're gonna get 565. Hardly nothing. Let's take a look here and see what we got in the selection. So we got this guy here, this guy here. These are used on quite a bit of playthroughs. It's a little bit bigger than this one. This I think is overkill, the 8,000. 5,000 for that lizard one. This one holds 6. I think I want to go with this one. That one's, like I said, too small for 2. I always like the look of this. This was part of the, what was a free download. It came, or expansion for Farm Sim. It was pretty cool that they did that. Let's just leave it stock. 8 grand. Perfect. It's got the ball hitch too. So it should hook up to this pickup truck, no problem. Perfect. Off we go. Tandem axle. Should fill up, I think, fairly quickly. This seems like the spigot's pretty good about that. Yeah, not bad at all. And I hope filling these up in the greenhouse shouldn't take too long either. Ooh, it's a little heavy here though. Let's see what we got. It's almost full. It's less back and forth. Get this done and then we'll start on the removing some trees for our new shed up here. I think we're gonna have to remove those 3. I don't really want to buy or rent the cutter, even though it would be really easy. It's just we'd probably just take the chainsaw and whack them down and make small cuts out of them. We could probably throw them in a big silage trailer, which we just filled with a little bit of silage, so I don't know if I'm gonna have to force dump that. Oh, there's a problem from far away. The sheep are not very fluid. But once we get closer, it looks like the animation picks up. Not sure how much they're gonna hold here. But I can't assume that they'll take a whole lot. About a quarter of it. Excellent. Now where do we want to put this trailer? Probably over here somewhere. Perfect. Alright, so what we need to do, I think we'll just grab the Landini. Like I said, I would like to dump that. Maybe I should just run that silage up to the animal dealer rather than trying to dump it back in the... Well, I guess we could probably try to dump it in the silo. I never had to do that before, but now that we filled it up, let's see what happens here, I guess. Oh no, see? It don't let you do it. I was wondering. Silage is not accepted here. So we got to... Let's just run this down to the animal dealer. Whole 2,000 pounds of it, liters. And then we'll come back. And then we'll whack these 3 trees and see what we can do with some buildings. Alright, that's interesting. I did not expect that tree to balance as long as it did. I fully was prepared for it to fall off, and I don't know if I'm gonna make this corner though. There it goes. Yeah, it was fun while it lasted. Yeah, I did have to turn on super strength because it was just... Ooh. Well, I guess we're dragging it to the point. Not allowed to cut. Whoa! It's getting out of control here now. It was, getting ridiculous when I had to throw them on the skid steer there, and then the skid steer wasn't tall enough to dump into the wagon. I suppose we could have used the other smaller wagon we had. I just didn't want this to take too long either because I'm eager to get those sheds put in. It's going to take some time to get that figured out, get them, you know, somewhat decent landscaped here. Yeah, we'll just drag this over there, I guess. Again, I don't like cheating too bad, because this is, obviously, it's ridiculous. But we'll get some firewood out of this. Probably quite a few pallets. And we'll sell those when the time is right. Alright, let's get back. Let's get those stumps grinded. And then we gotta figure out what we're gonna do for our sheds. Alright, last one here. Yeah, I think what we'll do... Oh, there's cars. I don't know why those cars are sitting there. We got all that wood over there, didn't we? Hopefully they don't get stuck like the train did. We don't need to pile up at our driveway. Oh, looks like there might be a branch there now that I look at it. Let's go see what's going on here. Ah, yes, there is. That's right, we did cut that. Okay. I'll just set this here. Okay, it is open. Let's see what we got. I was always like debating maybe we could, you know, move things around. I almost kind of want to keep it the same way that it's, you know, kind of configured right now. But what do we do? I mean, we could do this AGI building here. This would take up, well, most of it. 160. And then we could put that white fence on that side. That's not a bad idea there. We could get a lot of equipment in there. We got a bigger door for combines and such here on the end. Probably still have to take the header off, so where would we put the header? We could probably park the header where the current combine is, I suppose. It's always nice to be able to have it in a good spot, though, so you can grab it quick instead of having to pull a wagon out, too, so... We wanted to keep the rustic look. This is... Well, we used this in the Zelanka playthrough. It's one of the bigger ones that came with the pack, but... There's probably... like 4 spots in there, but you have to remove... Well... If we put this here with another smaller one... Alright, after much thought and consideration, I think we're gonna go with the white farm building pack. And do a couple of these. It's very tempting to use that AGI pack, but it's quite expensive, and I just feel like it makes the farm look almost too good. So let's do this. Figure out where we're gonna put this. I want to put that fence there too. Probably like that. How did that come out? Not too bad. Probably gonna have to move this spigot. And then we can put one more in. We could even turn it too and go like this. Which might not be a bad idea. I was originally thinking like this. But it almost makes it more interesting if we turn it so everything don't look the same. Maybe something like that. Still got our road here, which is, it might be kind of hard to get by this with the header when we get the bigger one. We could always take this tree out, I suppose. And yeah, I think that might be alright. Do some landscaping here. Alright, I think we have a good start. Like I said, this can be used for putting our implements in for our skid steer. Kind of the advantage of turning this shed the other way. It's kind of weird, it's in a little hole here, but I think I'll get some, well, some dirt or gravel or something. I'll make this all look a little bit nicer. Take some time with it, get stuff figured out, but ooh, we got lights here too. But yeah, we got a nice start. I'm going to go ahead and take this over, and we'll see you guys on the next episode.